Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to I think it was week 8, business introduction to business organization, offered by the College of Lake County. Okay, so let's go into week 8. I'm going to talk a little bit about week 7. You did pretty good. I looked at the exams. I had my B's, my A's, typical distribution. Okay, so we go weekly assignments. Now, last week I left you kind of alone on your own. Since you had the exam, I don't want to be putting any pressure by asking you questions or anything else in the forum other than a question about what were your 3 promotional tools that you'll be utilizing, and because then you had the exam 3, and I left it all open so that to see how you would communicate without my intervention or asking question or trying to expand your question to get more feedback from other students. And those who talk all the time, who are very good communicators, who know how to interact in a virtual or viral environment or in e-commerce, did very well. The others, it was the same. You didn't get your what do you call it, 6 or 9 points. The form was going to be start worth more. This next week's form will be worth 25 points, and I'm looking at least 9 replies or posts to other individuals, not including my first post. Okay, so that's all right. So we did that. The exams, I got my B's, A's. Overall, you all doing pretty good. We only got a few more weeks. I think. Let's see. I look at my chart here. I'll say we're in week 8. We've got next week. We have stocks exchange and standard money. Banking. That's not too bad. And then the following week in May, the beginning of May, we're going to be working on our PowerPoint and our paper. What you're doing now, the questions you're responding now by writing it and submitting it to me, or even in the forum, which I left open for those who did their posting. You can't post anymore, but you can at least see what you wrote or how others reply. Try to incorporate that into your business feasibility paper. You'll have a lot of work. I think by this time you should at least have 5 pages easy, with all the different homework and the thing you submitted going forward. And then next week, the next 2 weeks going to be on the finance and accounting, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Okay. So we're done with week 7. So let's look into week 8. What do we have in week 8? I'm going to just close this up here a little bit for you. Excuse me. Okay. So in week 8, we're going to look at the YouTube, just what you're looking at now, and I usually will send that to you. There's a program that the College of Lake County has that gives me a link that works well, and for some people who have the iPhone, or some individuals who have like the regular IBM, for lack of a better word, platform, but some have problems reading it. So what I've been doing these last few weeks, I just send it to you as a YouTube. I put it in there and then later on just delete it. This way you can, no matter what format you're in, iPhone or the regular smartphones, they all will read YouTube and allow you to view it, and you'll be able to see it. Open up what you need on there. Okay, so what are we going to do this week? So you're looking at this video. We're going to be talking about Chapter D. I like to start off Chapter D on as your personal finance, because the next week we're going to be talking about accounting. This week we're going to be talking about not only your personal finance, you're going to be talking about accounting and finance. So we start off with our personal finance. When you're looking at what you're doing now, you're already paying bills, paid for this course. You have charge cards, you bought the books, you're working, you put money into the checking account, you put some money into your savings account. So what you're doing really now, you are already exposed to financial aspect from a personal perspective. Now take that same personal perspective aspect. I need a loan. I need additional capital, what we call equity, that you're going to find out. Just business terms now. So how do I acquire that? Just like you do it. I go to a bank. I go to crowdsource funding. I may go to my friends. I may go to my relatives. Somebody who wants to give me money, get me away from them, or somebody that could see the potential in me and that I could be prosperous, and I could, a return investment. To give me an investment as a silent partner that we've learned in Chapter 6. They're not involved in the management, and or limited partner for another terminology. I think that's what the author here utilizes. And we'll take that money and our business will grow, and I'll repay them back maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe at 5%, 8%, 10%, higher than what they could get in a bank, because they are taking some risk on me. Because if I default, they could lose it all. So the risk factor should be a little bit higher. But to my friends and family, they want me to be successful, and then then they'll get nice birthday presents and holiday presents. Just kidding. Okay, so you're going to be doing your personal finance. So what I'm going to, real quickly, so you're going to go into the site, you're going to do personal finance, and you'll talk about your accounting, and you're going to be talking about financial management, all right? Now, for your forum, there's 3 things going to happen in your forum. Let's see, since we have 3 chapters going simultaneously, our forum will be a little different forum. To be more as an open discussion, you'll talk about what you've learned from your financial health assessment. In this here, you're going to click on the site, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to do a financial health. It's going to ask you about your own finances. I don't want the results. I don't care how much money you got, how much investment. It's just going to give you a score at the end and say A, B, C, D. And then you're going to say, hey, I got a B, I got an A, and where do I need improvement? Do I agree with this or not? And this exercise is similar to what we'll be doing when businesses are going for a loan. They look at the financial health of the organization, how much do they owe, how much capital they have, any collateral, how long they've been in business. Similar to that, they look at your own personal, how long you've been working, how much you owe, how much education you have, how much experience you have, how marketable you are going forward. Okay? So you'll do that assessment, and you'll talk about that in the subject area. Then you also have to do a 1 month income statement. Usually you do it for a year, but you got to take it for your month. So take what an average month that you think your business is going to be, and we're looking at, remember, just the feasibility. Don't worry about the money starting off the business. You're just going to look, hey, once I got I received the capital through whatever finance, we're going to find out in finance and talk about, remember, I've got my full lectures on accounting, personal finance, and a financial manager. This is just an introduction to the week. So click on those. Those you take a look and catch me on YouTube. This is an introduction telling my online class what they did well last week and what to expect this week. But you could also click on there and I'll go on some of them. If you look at my link, stop it in here and just YouTube that, and you'll be able to see what do you call it, the YouTube. But it still doesn't do it. So you learn a little bit about for yourself thing. But if you're going to do that, sign up for the College of Lake County, so they can pay me. I'm a contractor or an adjunct instructor, lecturer for the college, and this way, it helps the economy, helps the student, and then you get a certificate, or you could get an associate degree, which now you have something that's tangible training that you could increase. So you put your money into the school, you get the learning. You're already doing this now, and then you have with your credentials, and your return on your investment that you paid for the education will be higher in higher wages. Yeah, ties into this chapter, accounting, financial management. Okay, so but you'll do that, and you'll post on that, and then you're going to do an income statement on your business. You're going to try to figure out what's your cost of goods, for 1 month, how many customers you think are going to come in, that's going to be your revenue, and just give me an average cost. I know you're going to have different product lines, different product mixes that we've talked about in the last chapter. Product line is like, if I look at Office Max, remember, just a refresher, they have a paper product line, they have computer product line, they have office furniture. Those are all product lines, and then you have a product mix. So if I look at a product mix, what would be average cost? And you can just break down, here's the office, and here's office supplies, and everything be office furniture, or restaurants in the evening or daytime, or business, or residential customers. Don't get too involved right now. This is just to see will you be able to sustain. So you're doing a feasibility. So you're looking at it and to take an average cost. Somebody goes into Staples, someone's going to buy office furniture, someone's going to buy computers, someone's going to buy this. Maybe they come in there, they'll average customer will spend about $45. Some will spend $5, some 20, but an average, and so many customers will spend that amount, and that's going to be how much revenue I assume. Remember, because when you're looking at what you're going to find out with your accounting and finance is once you know you do your budget. And the first year is usually the hardest because you kind of anticipate by the seasons and the cycle. Once you, and then next year it's easier because, here's the tax time, business went down. Here's when they started getting their refunds, business went up. Or here's the Christmas, or here's the weather, summer, vacation time business went down or picked up if your business is something with vacation. So you're going to find out your business over the year has a cycle. The first year you have to kind of assume when you think your busy months are and an average month. And now when you have that, so when you don't make those budgets from last year and you're looking at the same break even or fixed cost that you have to pay, I'm not talking about variable cost buying additional goods or equipment, but so you're looking, and you'll learn that out of the chapter reading. It's talking general now. So you will adjust. So if this year my revenues, my revenues were down, and I'm looking at it and say, hey man, this was my slower month, but it was slower than it was last year, and I won't be able to make the budget. I may be able to make payroll. I'm going to fall behind. What will I do to bring it up? And I may have a profit margin of 10 or 15%. We talked about that, per sale. So I says, okay, I tell you what, I'll have some discounts, such as promotions, I'm telling you last week, and reduce that cost so people would buy more of my product, but I still break even more. I break even. They're buying more, so I kind of get the same amount to pay off my bills and everything else. And that's something that a chief financial officer does. But how does he or she know that they have to act on that or change something or look ahead? They look what accounting does. So remember, accounting is the one who takes the numbers, the revenues. This is what you had. Here's what we have now. And finance is looking at those numbers and looking at what's the best terms and conditions I could get for my loan. What's the best terms and conditions? What should I raise on my accounts receivable? How much should I borrow? Should I go to the bank? Should I reduce on my inventory? Should I reduce on the cost of goods? And that's something that finance does. So now when finance changes that, accounting comes back and says, here is, for lack of better words, here's where you stand. Remember, when you listen to my videos, I look as a dietitian. How do you know if I'm overweight? I step on the scale and say, George, you weigh 195 pounds. Oh my God, for your height and your body, mass and all this, everything else, the different ratios, similar to accounting. And that's all they're saying. So like or not, these are your numbers. So what happens, the dietitian or the chief financial officer or the financial manager, he or she looks at it and says, hey, quit eating the Twinkies, quit eating this, do this, a little exercise, and then you go back in the scale. That's where accounting scales again. That's the scale account. Oh yeah, you work. So what I did as my financial strategy worked. Do you see how you have to have both together? How do you know when your food is cooked? Right? You have a timer says it's on time. Accounting actually telling me the numbers. Remember what you read from the chapter. Accounting is the language of business. Okay, so you've got that. So that's the four. So then again, so you do the one post onto the instrument, and then you'll do another thread. Just go up just say, okay, here's my income statement. Now help each other out, and I'll come in. Now you could also go under, hey, if I have a question, I was going to do a separate form. Do you have any question? Let's do it. Some of the students are saying that's too many forms. Let's combine it. So now the form is 425. You can say I don't have any question, or do I have a question on my, it's not personal, it's just something else because you got a paper grade or wrong. Email me and we'll discuss it. Unless I haven't got back to your email. But usually I would just ask questions, is the exam going to be a departmental exam? Is it going to be a comprehensive exam? How do you expect, when are we going to turn into papers or something like that? You remember, make sure you look into the other area here on your feasibility paper and see what's required. Okay, so let's go into this week. So we have that, and just remember, here's your week. You can print this out to check it off. Everything I just talked about. You've got your Learn Smarts. It's reading the word. I think the 15 points. So there are more points. It can be a little bit longer, but I just want you to understand it. You have the form that we just talked about. You're going to be talking about this instrument. You're going to do this instrument here first. Okay. You're going to do the instrument, and then you're going to do your income statement. Now I'm going to go into the instrument. Let's go into the instrument first. I don't want to take too long. So I'm into money instruments, your finance, and your age. Remember, you have to be over 25, I think. You could try to see 21 to see if it allows me, and my annual income is, let's see, at 21, maybe I'm making 25,000. Okay, what the heck? You can write whatever you want. 25 a year. Okay, go. What was it telling me? Please enter possible age number between 25 and 60. Okay, so you can already figure you're working. So this is what you're making at 25. Put it on 25 and put your income and see what you need. And then you're going to go. And then here's going to do. It's going to ask you how much for your housing payments, how much for your debt, and everything else that you're going to need on that. Okay, so I went through this. Just I'm at the last one. I don't want I kind of pause and went in here. How much do you have currently saved for each month for retirement? And I'll say about 267. How much do you have currently saved in retirement? And remember, you put the numbers here. I'm making the numbers. It's just kind of great. It looks like you're on track to retire. Don't give me my grade. Okay, so I enter that. Okay, and I'm finished. Done. Give me my grade. And according to what I answer, my financial grade is a D. What the heck? I could change my answer. I could start over, and it'll give you a printout on where you think you should, you know what I mean, where you need it. So this is what you're looking at. It tells you where you need to start it. Okay, so we're out of this one. So that's what you have for your homework. And that's the homework assignment you're going to be doing. Remember, this is here, and then that's the first question. I got a D, I got a C, and you do that. You finish, give you a grade and printout. It'll tell you what your score was and where you need improvement, and say, hey, I could improvement. No, it doesn't make sense. Or yes, I agree. And now remember, what you're trying to do in this one and these 3 chapters we're covering in the forum is similar to when a bank is looking at a lending, considering you for a loan. They are looking at how your financial health. So in your personal finance, when you look at my China chapter, I'll explain a lot of things. What's the difference between the checking and the demand deposit, and what's the difference of a savings account versus a draw account, from the business aspect. All right, so you do well, so that takes care of us. So this is open and question forums. Try, the forums are worth, now this one's worth 25 points. Your Learn Smart turned 15. A little more time. I want you to get the good grades. You're doing good. Now the next thing you're going to have to do is an income statement. Now the income statement, I did it in a PDF file, but you could write it out. It's a worksheet. You could either copy or write this in. You could save this in a Word document, or just for your own. Okay. So your income, it says statement of income, and this is for a year, and you could change it. I want it for a month. It's just a template. I didn't change it. You can cross it out now and say for 1 month. How many sales? So you're looking at how many customers or how many people had to buy this product at average cost, and gives them an average. Just like how many customers coming in. It's like your income, how much you make in a week. So this is how many customers come in a month. And you buy my coffee. I got 20 customers or 200 customers at $10, $200 a month. I may make $23,000. My electricity, my rent, and everything else cost me $21,000. I'm still making $1,000 profit, and that's you remember your wages are in there, so that's not too bad. I'm still getting paid my $15 an hour even as an owner, or whatever I want to be paid, and this is my profit, so that's extra money, and I'm still getting my wages. But if I'd be getting paid, if I'd be losing money, maybe my pay. If you cut on your pay, who'd be doing the work? You're not really making a profit, you're losing. You should put your pay in there and show that you have a loss. So beginning inventory, and you have to buy something, like you moved out in your pantry, you open up your pantry, you have nothing, you buy stuff, costs you so much. At the end of the month, I got to replace flour, sugar, what inventory I replace, so what does it cost me now, what I had left before, and then that's where you come in. Right, once you read the chapter, it's easy, and less your expenses. And you're selling in this chapter. They have an example that template. Just follow on. Look, you're taking your best guess. I know you don't know all this. I just want you to get a flavor of what is required as an accountant. Why accounting is not hard. It's detailed, but it has to be put in the same format that everyone else could read it. And in finance, we do all right. Okay. All right. So let me just close this off. So that took care of that. Let me go back here. Okay, so you've got my YouTube lectures. Remember, you got them all 3. Those of you who are looking at now, just chapter 18, 11 ED, Financial Dr. George Mochocki, put it in YouTube, boom, I'll pop up. Listen to them. Again, you've got my concept maps in there. Turn them on. We talk about this. You could turn me off here. You know what I mean? And a lot of students sometimes will just go along the map, and you want to see the map, see what I have on there. Remember, you can make it larger, you can make it smaller, you could bring it back down, I could close it, okay? Exit full screen, are we good? And we should be okay. Okay, let me just close that. Alright, so we all right now? So you have everything you needed. Chapter, we covered, you had the forum, will be an interactive forum, 25 points. You'll learn smarts. It'll be a little bit longer. The finance do the, you'll be surprised. Have your husband, your wife, or your wife, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and see how financial they are. Remember, most marriages, most businesses break up because of financial problems. Most marriages have problems because of finance. So maybe your next loved one, hey, do this history, and it just tells you what your grade and where your improvements are. No different than your credit score, and the same thing with business. Sometimes when we go into the finance and security, we may talk a little bit about student loans or something else just to bring it tied in that has some substance that you could relate to earlier. All right, so that's it. This is the week. Form, 25 points, financial health, income statement. Finish this. You only have, you only got like about 3 more weeks, maybe 8, 9, 10. Maybe only 10 more weeks. We're almost done. 11 weeks. And this is week 8. 1, 2. After this week, 4 more weeks. All right? 3 weeks, and we'll be finished. All right, my name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is College of Lake County, Introduction to Business Organization. We're covering Chapter 10, which is Personal Finance. We're covering Chapter 17, Understanding Financial Information and Accounting, different ratios. And look at my YouTubes that you have in there. And also Chapter 18, Financial Management, and some bonus in there. And I'll see you on within the forum, okay? Make sure you do the form. That's the easiest forms. When I consider, just do the forms. The good points. You do well. Those who only get 5 posts or 4 posts, you're losing a lot of points. So you get 15. It's still a 15 or 12. Half out of 25. It's still an F. You know what I mean? You want to get the full points, and when you take the exam, you would like to go in there with a good solid B, a good solid A. You don't want to go in there with a good solid D and hope you get a good solid C. You get a C minus. You want to at least get a C, a B, or A plus out of this class. The majority of the students will get B's and A's. All right. And if you see me on campus, say hi. I bounce around. I do some subbing. This semester, I'm doing more online. Sometimes I do it next semester. I think in the summer, I'm doing a face-to-face. Call the business office. You ask for the dean or for the associate dean and say, hey, what other classes is Dr. George Mochocki teaching? I like his style. Took him online. And that's how I get my new assignments or get callback. Talk to you later. Bye.